I just feel like I need a full image of these underpants. These joke underpants are not like boxer shorts with cape attachment. Like
Yes,
they're like
yeah. But they're satin boxer shorts that come with
they're satin.
And you could get any kind of
better.
superhero. And because that's the joke is that like they're like, oh, okay, you're gonna get lingerie. Well, you might as well be super, huh?
Super undies.
I'm gonna look it up. Fuck it. I'm just gonna
Do it.
And open the show while you're at it.
Yeah.
Hi, my underwear has a cape.
Yeah, this is how we're opening the show. Welcome back, everybody, to the Replayer Podcast. I'm your host this week, Pagan. Joining me is my co-host, Dan.
A super underpants.
And special guests, Luis and Michael. Hello, everybody.
I have no shame.
No shame. I wish I had a pair. I really do.
A pair of shame?
No.
Oh, okay.
Super
there we go. Because when you say I wish I had a pair, that could mean a...
Pagan's going to order all
Take
of us
it
some
how
right
you
now.
will. I don't care.
it's not coming up for me on Google, so you're going to have to...
They don't have it on Wayfair?
They don't have it on Wayfair, surprisingly.
What about that Wish website or whatever?
That might be dangerous.
No, like don't fuck up the algorithm on Wish because you get recommended some weird shit on Wish, honestly. I feel like that's a whole episode in itself. We could just do like recommendations Wish had for you.
So
I've gotten so many pillows recommendations on Wish. I don't even have Wish, mind you. I'm just scrolling through Facebook and it's just like, hey, do you want sexy anime chick? I'm like, I'm not that lonely yet, but come back to me after the pandemic.
I get different ones. I get like there are anime guys, and then there's actual Korean pop stars.
What do they call the guy version? Like the husband waifu type thing? Yeah,
like a waifu thing. But like I get a whole bunch of stuff on Wish, and I'm like, where did you think that this was relevant to me? Like, what website did I click in that this came up? I get weird stuff on there, but then honestly, I look up a lot of weird stuff for Retro Replay, so my algorithm's fucked now anyway. So
Retro Replay,
yeah, blame it on Retro Replay.
All right. That's why my algorithm is fucked. Yeah,
that's why it's always important to clear your cookies.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, welcome to the Replayer Podcast, everybody.
Yes, welcome in. Yeah, this is a very friendly introduction in. Joke underpants. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. It's been a while. Nice to see you, Luis. Nice to see you, Michael. How are you guys doing?
Phenomenal.
I'm not bad, actually.
Phenomenal.
I'm loving the like. How are you doing in one word or less? And you're just like, phenomenal. Excellent. That gives me a lot.
Immaculate.
Oh, that's a good one.
We're gonna go toe to toe.
No,
let's do big words.
It's the new retro feud.
Louis is a walking thesaurus. You are not going to find a word he doesn't know.
Well, okay, so a lot of the words that I use that are big in the article specifically, I did use a thesaurus for. So I just like looking like I'm smart. I'm like, nope, I don't know what that meant either.
Here's the thing, Timmons. There's an app you can download on your phone called Dictionary. And there's a thesaurus button. So anytime you want to sound smart, boop.
Or Grammarly.
I do get actually petty in writing when people are like, hey, could you use smaller words and stuff like that? I'm like,
no.
Get a dictionary.
Yeah, don't ever
get smart. Don't get good. Get smart, god damn it. Like,
yeah.
Why dumb down my writing?
Don't dumb down me.
I'm gonna let that download while we do this.
In a few moments, Timmons is gonna be like vernacular.
It's gonna be like when Joey Tribbiani got the word of the day toilet paper.
Yep.
Ever seen that episode of Friends?
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. But yeah, you can actually there's a feature in Word doc, like in Microsoft Word, where if you highlight a word or whatever, you can actually find the synonyms.
Just like grammar used to make.
Speaking of being Grammarly, the
synonyms of that word, and then it opens a thesaurus, and you can kind of find out everything as well. So there you go, helpful tip for the writers out there. My God, I've had this problem all day.
Google
for those of you who want to sound smart.
Are you okay,
for those of you who want
Pagan?
to sound smart. I don't know. That's a good question. I ask myself that all the time, and I just genuinely don't know the answer anymore. Michael,
did we have a couple? Was that it?
No, I haven't even had a drink yet. I'm
Listen,
so
Louis, you will know when Pagan's had some because.
Yeah, I will go.
Oh, you do the.
She gets very flush.
I go bright red if I have alcohol. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to alcohol, and yet I still drink it.
Could be something in the alcohol you're allergic to besides that too.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what I have. Tequila, rum, wine, whiskey, anything. I'll just go bright red. And also, I recently learned that this is not just a thing that happens with alcohol. I thought this was just something that happens when you drink, but I get like aches. It almost feels like muscle DOMS, right? From working out, but like in my shoulders, in my neck, and then in my back, and sometimes in my legs. And I just thought that this was just a side effect from drinking alcohol until I said it one day to Adam, and he was like,
"No,
I don't think. I think you could be allergic to alcohol." I was like,
no,
"Oh
see,
shit."
I think that alcohol is physically abusing you.
Yeah, it's just the way.
Putting too much strain.
Action that's fucking me up.
Listen,
Pagan,
you fix that by drinking less massive goblets of wine, so you're not just like. Gah.
I feel like what I need though, if it's Michael, if he's got like if he's really onto something there, maybe I need one of those beer hats where I don't need to use any hands. I could just.
Or just
represent
smaller little glass.
Small glasses.
Put an RR on there and just be like, "This is official. It's a retro." Yeah, retro.
Honestly, a part of me is a bit like, how does Retro Replay not have a beer hat, a wine glass, and some sort of underwear? Like, come on,
man.
Uncle Noli
underwear. Buying all of that.
Yeah.
Do I really want Uncle Noli going like this on my underwear?
Absolutely, you do. Yes, that is.
Doing.
Oh, somehow that's extremely appropriate.
Absolutely.
For those of you who are listening, we are touching our noses.
For our visual
and
listeners.
picturing.
It's the Uncle Noli nose sort of action. You know exactly what we're talking about. It's the one that's on the hat.
Dan made a sound that pretty much gives away everything we were just talking about.
Did you?
He said, "Doing."
Oh, I see.
And now you did it too.
Yep.
Just the tip. That's all.
Because very much like Louis, I have no shame.
Do we have a vocabulary word for a segue for the first timely topics?
We actually don't have any segue, but I'll just segue straight away into like moving away from this conversation of dongs. Well, actually,
you did invite me. I'm just saying.
I could segue that. I won't.
Please do.
Moving on to the timely topics section of our podcast. Yeah, we should get like a
jingle.
Yeah, a little jingle. Timely topics this week. God of War, or Santa Monica Studios announced that God of War sequel is now delayed until 2022. Obviously, Santa Monica made the announcement on Twitter, and then Cory Barlog actually retweeted as well and said that it was mainly, I guess, for the devs, for the players, and for the game. It's just, they want to try and put out a really good product, and they're realizing that the 2021 window that they gave for release is obviously not achievable for them right now to put out a product that they would be happy with. So they moved it to 2022.
Doesn't surprise me at all, honestly.
I was just about to say, are you guys surprised at this delay? Dan, you said you're not. You are? Really, Michael?
Just because of how long ago it was announced. Like, it's typically... Well, yeah, typically...
No,
last year.
No, it was last year.
Yeah, but typically...
The first game came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but typically they don't start building up this kind of hype around something until they have already got it mostly
PlayStation has actually
done.
Been pretty bad about announcing games way too early, and then we have to wait 5 years before they actually come out.
Thank you, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk debacle. Do you think that's a flaw on PlayStation's part? Do you think, because I've seen some things recently on the internet, and this is a pointed question, I guess. Do you think that that's a marketing ploy for PlayStation to bring hype around next-gen consoles, so that you would buy next-gen consoles in the hopes of playing these games, but then realize that the games are further delayed?
On that note, they also noted that God of War is going to get a PS4 version now.
Oh, good.
Yes, that's right. They did. It's PS4, PS5 compatible, and that is adding to the length of time that they need to make the game, because it needs to be compatible on both.
I think they also just realized that they need to keep marketing to their PlayStation 4 fan base for now, at least until the transition into the new console generation really takes hold.
Yeah, I mean,
impossible to get a PS5 anyway.
That's my point. Exactly.
This would have been my point. I think Putting it to be compatible for PS4, PS5 is a really great move because not everybody is privileged enough to have a PS5, and also due to the shortages, that the people who are still waiting for one still have to wait for one.
Yeah.
Like there still are undetermined delays, I guess, of how long they're gonna have to wait for a PS5.
Yeah.
So I think it's a smart move. I don't think it's going to deter anybody from buying a PS5. I just think that they'll be able to play the game on both consoles once they get the newest console.
I honestly think it's the smartest thing they could do, because it seems silly to me that PlayStation wouldn't kind of emulate what Xbox is doing, in the sense that a game that comes out for Xbox is just, every game right now is Xbox One and Xbox Series X. You just get the better version depending on what console you're playing on. It's going to be a little different with Sony. They're going to sell a PS4 version and a PS5 version, but at least they're still providing that game to their entire fan base instead of limiting it to one or the other.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of issues when I went from PS3 to PS4, because I was like, oh, crossplay, that means I get to play it on that system. So being the idiot boy that I was, I would buy all the games right before I got the PS4, and then I went to PS4 and I'm like, okay.
See, that was actually one of my biggest selling points when I upgraded from like the 360 to the Xbox One back in the day, because they released a bunch of games came out on the current gen and the next gen at the same time, and a lot of them offered like a free upgrade of some sort. Similar to what they're doing now, but it's a little different, because I got Battlefield 4 for the 360 and then upgraded to the Xbox One version, or Assassin's Creed Black Flag and then upgraded to the Xbox One version. So anyways,
I'm still
it's
mad
just
about that.
What are you mad about? Assassin's Creed?
One of the big ones was I got Grand Theft Auto. And then I still haven't played it because I'm still sour. And I was like, I just bought it on the PS3 and now I got to get it on the... Nope, not doing that. Fuck you. I was mad.
Or you can be like the rest of the world who's bought that game a dozen times on every platform.
Well, I bought like the $100 big one, and I was like, okay, so I get all the stuff. I'm getting all the upgrades and everything. And then my PS3 broke, so I couldn't play the game at all. And then now I have a PS4 and I'm just like, useless piece of shit.
Well, don't bother getting GTA 5 for the PS4 because it's coming out on PS5 too.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Grand Theft Auto 5 has seen 3 whole generations of PlayStation.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
It's such a loved game that they just know you're going to buy it again. Right? Because people play that game all the time. It just seems to be something that people just want to keep purchasing. So, yeah. You would think that coming across three generations of console, you'd be like, yeah, maybe I should just stop buying this game now.
That's why I always think it's funny when people are like, when's Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out? And they're like, it's like, why would they make a 6 when they just keep selling 5?
Buying 5. Yeah. Good point. Very, very good point.
Just keep selling it. Louis, if it makes you feel any better, I had bought a collector's edition of Destiny 2 when that first came out for $100. That was going to be the game plus all future DLC. Now, all of that game and all that content is free to everyone.
Yeah, that's how I played it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, you were one of those guys.
Yeah.
I remember that because I was wondering whether I should buy it or not. And then I was like, oh, a month later, I was like, oh, no. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you.
This was 3 years later. Everything went free, but still it was like...
If only we could get Square Enix to make Intrograde at least a DLC chapter for people who bought
PS4.
Final Fantasy VII Remake First Class Edition for $400 on PS4, and now I don't even get to play the full version because they want to make it a PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, that's a rough deal right there.
And after all that waiting,
yeah,
I'm thinking about buying the PS5 version anyway because eventually I will get one. But
keep hoping.
Yeah.
I'm there too. Don't worry. That's why I got the Oculus. I was like, I'm not waiting for the PS5. I need a new system. And honestly, like, you know what? VR sounds good. Let's just do that then. So
it seems like the PlayStations and the Xboxes are very possible to get. You just got to be a little bit diligent. Like it's not so bad now. Because I get notifications all the time from different vendors about, oh, we have PS5s or Xboxes in stock. Do you want to try to get one. And
see, I think here especially, like it's also it's kind of the same. You would get a notification, but as soon as you go onto the website, they're sold out. So that's a bit shitty. So they still are hard to get. So I can kind of understand why games are now going to be compatible PS4 and PS5. Like I also appreciate that as well, because I personally stream up here with the PS4 and we have PS5 downstairs. But I don't always want to bring that console up and down like when I have a console here. So now I can play any of the new releases, I guess, on PlayStation 4 and stream it for an audience without having to bring up my PlayStation 5.
Yeah, carrying around a PS5 is not fun because that thing weighs like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's crazy. You could definitely work out with that. That's a good workout. Just up and down the stairs a couple times, ripped. But speaking of games that you guys kind of like were talking about anticipating coming out and like where's the GTA 6 and everything like that, we do have E3 coming up this weekend. The weekend that this airs, from the 12th I think to the 15th of June.
That sounds right.
Something like that. Are you guys expecting anything from E3 this year? What are your usual opinions about E3 so far anyway? And now that they're going to have to do them in, I guess, conference style like they did a little bit last year, what are your thoughts?
I think since PlayStation has already done their state of play, I don't really know how much more we can.
They're definitely going to do. They're going to do their own press conference outside.
They
will
do another one. Yeah, they will do another one. It's not going to be obviously like Dan said during E3 at the moment, but I think they will probably be doing one pretty soon. Again, other than that state of play that they had originally done with the Frozen Wild, not the Frozen Wilds,
Horizon,
Horizon Forbidden West. Is that what it's called? I don't know why I had to check what that was called. I know what it's called. But yeah, so they will be doing more of those as well. But the schedule for E3 has just been released. So on Saturday, the 12th, we'll have Ubisoft and then a Gearbox presentation. Sunday is Microsoft and Bethesda, Square Enix, a PC gaming show, then it's Future Game Show, Warner Brothers Games as well on that day. Monday is looking to be Capcom, which would be interesting. All right, Take-Two Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion panel. That's just going to be on. It's not like a games presentation. And then Tuesday the 15th is the Nintendo Direct, Bandai Namco, and then the E3 2021 awards show. So yeah, it looks like an interesting lineup. I don't really know what to expect.
I know I've looked at the schedule before, and I could have sworn I also saw Konami on there and Koch Media.
I don't see it here. All right, it could be on a different.
Or unless that's changed, because the early announcements for E3 said that those two were confirmed, and I was really interested to see about Konami, because Konami's been kind of out of the game of games for a couple of years. So,
no, on the official E3 kind of Twitter page and everything, it's not listed there.
Okay, but I know the Koch Media handles like Dying Light, which now just got confirmed release date for this coming year. Finally, after like. What's it been like 5 years since they announced Dying Light 2? So,
did you watch the presentation?
I didn't watch the presentation, but I did watch some of the gameplay trailers that released along with it.
Okay.
For Dying Light 2.
The presentation I thought was well done.
Nice. Louis, did you have any hopes for E3?
I always just watch. I'm usually much more on top of things, but this. As I keep saying, it's been so freaking crazy and so unbelievably busy that I didn't know it was going on. I'm like, oh, E3? Cool. Hey, all right. I had no idea until you just said it right now, Pagan. I'm like, oh shit,
no way.
I should have known this.
Coming up next weekend.
I know. And I'm super excited for that, because I'm always really, really excited for E3. One of these days I'm going to go.
Yeah, right.
But one of these days. But no, I haven't really been following up on many things.
Well, even outside of that, is there anything like in your mind that you're like, oh, I would love to hear this game announced, or this thing that I've been waiting for?
I'm thinking about that, and I think that the last time I really had like hopes and dreams, I guess you could say, would be like Resident Evil Village. And since then, I've been kind of just out of the loop, like I said. So like, I haven't really heard anything. I'm not really on top of that part. And then once the game comes on, I'm like, oh shit, they made a new God of War. Cool. Yeah, when did you think of this? Was that announced? Did something happen? I'm just not in the loop at all right now. And luckily, like through the Discords with all of my friends and everything like that, that's where I start to see some of these things start coming up. But at the moment, I can't really think of anything that I'm like dying for. I'm just thinking of all the games I haven't played, and I'm like, I'm still dying to play that one. I'm still dying to play that one. I still want that one.
Got a backlog 7 miles long.
Oh my god, dude! You have no idea. I'm just like, I haven't even finished the first God of War and I love it. I love everything about it, but it's so long, and I'm just like,
I've been chipping away at 2018 God of War, maybe a couple hours a week tops. Like I play it for like an hour or two once a week.
It's really good. I've gone through.
I know it's great. It's something that
it's phenomenal. It's wonderful.
I started playing God of War when it first came out, and I was like, "This is amazing!" And I put maybe like 20 hours into it, and then I stopped playing it to play Mario Odyssey, and I never went back to God of War until recently.
Yeah, I think the last game that grabbed my attention so like just ridiculous was Red Dead 2. That I couldn't put it down. I finished the hell out of that one. I got all the 50 hours and everything. I got all the side missions and everything except for like the stuff that you had to like really, wait out for, and like the secret killer and all that. I didn't get any of that stuff, but I got the rest of everything that was included in the game. And then we went on to online with my cousin, which was a lot of fun. But that was the last time when something grabbed me so like ridiculously hardcore. I was like, I have to know. And it's not like that with God of War. It's just I get so distracted. And right now, I know I keep bringing it up because it's so new, and it's like it's the new toy I got. I've only had my VR for about a week now, and being so active and being able to actually stand up and squat and all this stuff, where for the past year and a half I've had a sedentary lifestyle, and now it's forcing me to get back into shape. I put 2.5 pound stuff on my wrists so that I can get a nice workout in. It's getting me back into the groove of stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, but there's other games that I should probably sit down and play, huh? Uh-oh.
Nah. You'll be fine. Just leave them in the backlog. It's all good.
Right. I'm getting sexy. Who cares? I need to look good in my Superman shirt, my Superman shorts.
You're Superman.
So
gotta fill out them Superman shorts.
What about you, Michael? Anything like that you're expecting from E3 this year? Anything you're anticipated to, or like stuff that you've heard or rumors are coming out or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Great.
I have no expectations.
Well, this
Short
is good.
Well, okay, let's hear what would it be off the top of your head, like a dream game to be announced?
See, now that is where I could go on and on. Tekken 7 has just recently turned 4 years old in the last week. And it's still doing really, really well. Like, people are still playing it. People are still buying new copies of it. They've come out with, a new DLC pack on average once a year since it's come out. And it's come with, 2 or 3 new characters, new stages, and stuff like that. But what I'd really like, and this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but what I'd really like to see is a Tekken Tag Tournament 3.
Okay.
With all of these new characters, because I love the second one. I pretty much sold all of my other PS3 games except for that one and just played it.
Now I want to ask, why do you say that's an unpopular opinion?
Yeah, no, it's very popular.
Because people would, well, at least people in the, broader Tekken community would rather see Tekken 8.
Okay.
And it's like, well, Tekken Tag 3 was, or Tekken Tag 2, and even the first one was.
I love the first one. I played the bejesus out of that one.
Oh yeah, they remade it for PS3. Like, and that
Tekken Bowling. That's all I did. I played Tekken Bowling.
That was fun, yeah.
Oh,
it was a mini game
I've
in
seen
Tekken
that.
Tag. There was a Tekken Bowling, and it was super fun.
What? Oh my god.
You can bowl with Tekken
but
characters.
we would get into that. I mean, cousins and I would be yelling at each other like, no, that's bullshit.
It was
I
like
got the
Wii Sports.
strike. Come on. No, don't use the cyborg. Don't use that's bullshit. No.
He was super broken. He's broken.
Yeah,
You're
he
not
actually had
allowed-
an aimer.
You're not allowed to use Brian. You're not allowed to use Jack. You're not allowed to use Yoshimitsu because they have targeting systems. It's cheating.
Yeah. So you see, now you brought this back up, okay? You brought this out of me, Timmons. You brought this out of me.
Hey, they redid Tekken Bowling for Tekken 7 too.
Really?
I'll take any one
I
of
did
you.
not know about this.
I have 7.
News to me.
Okay, we're getting on after this. No, I need to get back in VR. I mean,
No,
I need to go to
you
work.
and me. But
I gotta go see my
Virtual
family.
Life is calling. Yeah.
it's just
Virtual family.
a lot of other people would rather see a Tekken 8, and I'm just like, I'm all about, mainline numbered games, but still a little something extra to do would be just as much fun.
If they could cobble together a Tekken Tag easily enough to hold people over until a mainline.
Oh yeah, especially 4 years after the last one came out, it would give them even more time to work on 8.
Maybe we'll get that. What is it? Street Fighter Cross Tekken one of these days?
We've already got Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah, we didn't get Tekken versus Cross Street Fighter.
Yeah, we need Tekken Cross Street Fighter now. And Harada, the director, said that it's sitting on a shelf about 30% done because Tekken 7's been doing so well. Why bother working on anything else? Is literally what he said.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, well, eventually that's not going to be doing so well anymore, and you don't want to be stagnant for however long it's going to take to finish this one. You can have a team working on that while you're still working on this, and then you know.
I love when they just kind of go like, okay, we know you're all waiting for this, but you know we're doing great with the other stuff.
That's how I feel with Metroid 4.
Oh my God, Metroid 3, Prime, all of that. Yes, Dan. I absolutely agree. It was so fucking good, and I
love all the Metroid Prime games. They're so good.
My favorite was Fusion for the Game Boy Advance.
That one's good too. Oh my God, I love Metroid Fusion.
Sorry, you know, we could use one.
All right, I'm just enjoying the general splendor.
What about you?
Now we're just talking about like what could be. You know?
Yeah.
No, honestly, that's kind of like the best way to do it. I don't think there was much like released for E3. There's some rumors, obviously, things like Battlefield 6 coming to Xbox Game Pass. There's a lot of speculation about what Nintendo will announce, but I think they're obviously going to do
Breath of the Wild 2, most likely.
Yeah, we're thinking it was the 30th or 35th anniversary of Breath of the Wild this year. 30th anniversary, right? Of Zelda this year?
Yes, it's the 35th anniversary of Zelda this
year. Sorry, yes. So I think like they were going to, there's speculation that they will be announcing something.
Yeah.
And definitely along the Breath of the Wild vibes as well. The other things are like potentially a new Switch.
There was some rumors about a new Switch Pro. They've been circling it for a while. Then there was a report by Bloomberg recently saying that they think it's going to be announced soon and be available this holiday. And then I saw another article earlier today that said that may not happen, but it's still in the works.
Yeah, so I saw articles to say that they were
holiday.
You know, people were trying to get this Switch Pro, and like it's going to be announced at E3, and then right? Yeah, do it, Nintendo.
Dan's calling you out, Nintendo.
Just do it. Do that with Metroid Prime 4. Make it happen.
Make it happen. But apparently they came out to say that their Nintendo Direct is going to be heavily software based, so probably not going to be announcing any hardware there. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know what else I can expect from this, honestly, because I'm more of a PlayStation head that I'm like, I just want PlayStation.
Well, what do you hope to hear get announced from PlayStation?
I would like more information on Deathloop if possible. I think that'd be cool.
There's a lot of information on Deathloop.
I know, but I like it. Just release the game though, okay?
She wants one particular
maybe
piece
just
of
like
information.
release the game and then I'll be.
That's the one.
What
day? Damn it!
It's coming in September.
Yeah, nothing really, because as well, like the other one that I guess was highly anticipated for me was Horizon, but they've already just done a state of play regarding that as well, so that was kind of cool. So nothing much this year in E3. I would love to go someday, although I think like they are, I don't know. I feel like after being in the pandemic and doing all of this digitally, is there any reason to go anymore? I think the people who would lose out most, I think, would probably be indie gamers and the fans, but I think there was I think it was this week's Play Watch Listen or last week's Play Watch Listen or something. They were talking about the cost of a stand at E3.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They vary from like
$300,000
to $400,000.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, God. Like, I wonder if they're just going to be like, hey, let's save time and do a really cool digital gameplay preview or review or announcement or conference.
Hey,
that can be viewed everywhere all across the world.
You know what would make it a lot easier for everybody?
A Zoom chat.
They all got VR helmets, and we could all be there.
VR.
I want more people to have a VR so we can play with me. I'm alone.
Can you can we do stuff where there's like
actually
actual
they do
virtual
have
events?
No,
where
there
we can
are.
all join?
There really are. Apart from the fact that
VR
I haven't been in it
events.
because I'm shy, obviously. But
Okay.
in the game, it's a free download. It's VR chat.
I've been in that.
Yeah. They'll make like the whole, and you don't even have to be in VR to go to the VR chat, but like they'll make the whole thing. And E3 will have small little bits that they do digitally for the VR. So you can actually go and really look around. But this last time, because of the pandemic and everything like that, they really pushed into it. So I just lucked out being a nerd and was like, I need a new system. I got to spend money. So I went and got this stupid thing. And now I'm like, oh, there's a whole world I didn't know about in video games. And so it is something that's new. And that's what I kind of like about it. But there are ways to get around it. There are ways to get there without actually having to be there. Of course, I still want to physically go. I still want to meet my heroes, and I want to meet Nolan face to face. Damn it! I've seen him on Zoom calls. He knows my name. It's weird to me, but I want him to know me and shake my hand. Damn it!
Well, you're probably also meeting Nolan at like Comic Con.
Louis, you don't have to go to E3 to meet me.
Oh, well, there we go. My hero. I need to hug your ass, all right? I need to get a big hug in there. But there's a lot of different things to go about, and now that I'm thinking about it, and you're saying like, what are kind of the dream games that I would like to hear about? I want to hear them bringing back Silent Hill, for Christ's sake, because
I said, Konami's supposed to be at the event.
I know, and I heard rumors about the next Silent Hill that's supposed to be coming on. They already supposedly have directors and everything.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of going the route that they did before with Kojima, where they're getting somebody, under, but that was known for stuff. And I'm like, ooh, maybe one of the GTA guys, which would be pretty badass, because there are elements like in Red Dead or in GTA where there's little horror elements. And that's why everyone got so excited with Kojima, because he had elements in his games. And then when he came out with this ridiculous thing, everyone was like, yeah, thank you. I want that feeling again. I want the feeling of excitement again, because nothing could beat the story of Silent Hill. I'm sorry. I love Resident Evil. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, but Silent Hill had a way better story, though.
But Silent Hill was just because it's so existential. It's so nuanced. It's so perfectly well done. Like, that's how writing is supposed to be. And nobody can share in that experience except for the originals, which they're not even selling anymore. And so I really want to hear something like that again. If Konami's coming back, you better make an impact, because you pissed me off for the past few years, buddies.
Yeah, and I think they lost a lot of, they received a lot of hate when obviously they released PT. Said it was like a Silent Hill kind of thing, and then Hideo Kojima got kind of like fired or moved out of that company. So there's a lot on that, and then obviously that project got canned, and you're just like, people are dying for this now.
They favored everything mobile, because that's the new guy, the new lead.
Oh, right.
He came in, he made this game that just made them ridiculous buckets of money every hour. And then he was like, yeah, we're going to do this now. And that pissed off Kojima, who pissed him off. And then he was like, all right, you're fired. And now we're all going to just do Plinko machines. And I'm like, you ruined my childhood. So yeah, I'm there.
I would love maybe something else from Kojima. I'd love like a new IP from that, or like
please,
just something new. Like, I would love a new story, like a new original story. I think obviously Ubisoft are going to come back again, and they're just known for like turning out the Assassin's Creed games among other things. And I just think like cool. But I would love a new like sandbox adventure. Like, I am so excited for Kena. I think that is going to be so cool, because it's original to me. I love it. I think it's interesting. It's like a brand new studio. It's their first game. Yes, I love all of that. So if anything at E3 this year, I kind of hope that there's more new or original titles.
New original IPs are always
that's a really good point. That I think that's also what I'm kind of complaining about, is like with Silent Hill. The good thing about the Silent Hills was that each one of them was independent, at least the best ones. And then but what you're bringing up as a very good point is, we should get more new stuff. I don't want any more Assassin's Creeds. I'm sorry. They're great. I love them. I'm going to play and buy every one of them. But I want something new. Tell me about somebody else. Come on, let's do this.
I mean, if you're talking about like new, especially horror games, Louis, you and I both, I know you especially are a proponent of the like indie horror games on the PC, Steam and things. And then now I've recently came across a game that's in development that's supposed to be coming out this summer called Tormented Souls, which looks very Silent Hill-y, looks very Resident Evil, like old school, but with modern graphics. And I'm pretty excited for that. And
yes, please.
Yes. Yes, please. I've been seeing more and more that, especially the return of like people going for like the old school style horror games. And also, I just remember this too. There's the guy who created, or the original creators of Dead Space are working on an entirely new IP that's very much Dead Space. And I'm like, yes, give me.
Yes, I've heard this too.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. It looks super awesome and terrifying. Thank you.
So that's a big note from me. All right. Moving on to this week's retro replay episodes, we did have 2. Trailer Talk went live this week. I know that some of you guys haven't watched it yet, so you can catch up. But I just wanted to mention that this was our first live Trailer Talk. It went very well, minus like the fewest, tiniest
technical issues.
Yeah, but other than that, like it went pretty smoothly, and they were mostly just because of how my computer was running and stuff like that. So we sorted all that out, and I'm hoping that they will do more in terms of a live show. Mm-hmm. Nolan wasn't available this week because he is in the middle of a move and his internet is down. Hey. But it was lovely to sort of get live feedback from the audience, and it was also great to actually bring on a replayer themselves. When they were in the live chat, we sent them a link to a software that we're actually involved in where you can click in to join the conversation. And the wonderful Matthew Snyder came in and chimed in on Old, the trailer by M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
That's how I've always said it.
Shyamalan. Yeah, it's Shyamalan.
It's like Shyalaman or something.
Yeah, and then I'm like, is it Shia or
Shia? You could say Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Wow, I butchered that spelling, by the way.
Right?
It is Shyayaman.
That guy. That guy.
Oh, so I just switched 2 of the letters.
Hold on. All you gotta say is he's the twist guy.
Yeah, M. Night. Just M. Night.
He's twisted. This guy's so
which is my least favorite device in cinema. Just tell the damn story. Don't make me guess.
Oh my god!
You need to always wonder what's happening every time.
What? I love twists when you're like, Pagan. This is so twisty. How did you not? I didn't see this coming. Like it wasn't even like I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, how interesting. It was like Sixth Sense. I don't understand what's happening, and then all of a sudden everything fell into place, and you're like,
well, okay. I've had this discussion specifically before. I even have an article about this.
Probably with me.
I could probably try to like pin it down just a little bit. Like the reason why the first one.
Don't give us your 15,000 word.
No. You can go onto the website and read that one.
RetroReplayShow.com.
Michael do it at the same time.
but to kind of like when it comes specifically to M. Night, one of the things that I like to tell people is that the reason why Sixth Sense worked so well was you weren't expecting that there was a twist in the first place, and then when he became the twist guy, that's all that you're expecting now. And so that's why Tim is like, you get the feeling like what you're getting. Like when I saw Knives Out, that's probably the best subversion of expectation film I have ever seen, because I wasn't expecting it to be, I was expecting it to be a mystery. And then they did what they did at the beginning. And I was like, so what the hell am I watching? And then they did what they did in the movie. And I'm like, this is the greatest film that has ever existed. And if you haven't seen it, you should watch it because it really puts you through a ringer.
We talked about that recently, Louis, and it's still on my watch list. Yeah. I need to remember to watch it because
it's on Amazon Prime right now.
I know it's on my wish list. It's on my watch list.
It's
so a good film.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah, in a way that it's not heavy. Like The Sixth Sense is heavy.
I remember wanting to watch it when I saw the trailer for it. I was like, this looks phenomenal. I don't know what it is, but it looks great, and I just haven't done it yet.
It's fun. It's not just
it's a fun film.
Yeah, it's very smart, and it doesn't treat the audience any less or anything like that. But it's extremely fun. There's tons of comedy in it. There's a lot of rewatchability. It's such a good film. And and when I saw the preview for Old, I didn't even know Old was a thing. I didn't know he was making a new movie. And when I saw the trailer talk, I was like, oh shit, this is really cool. And I like everybody's input on that. And especially when you're doing it live, now you're getting other people like the replayers are able to really give in as well. And so this episode, I wasn't expecting it. I missed it because I worked on Tuesday. I'm going to work this Tuesday, so I'm not going to be there again. But It was so perfect. This is what trailer talk needed to be from the beginning. It's always been fun, but this was a whole new level. Now everybody gets to be a part of it, and I really, really appreciated the hell out of it, and I wasn't expecting that.
That's such good feedback.
What a twist.
Nice.
What a twist you guys did.
What a twist. We did it live. Yeah, and it went really well. And like you say, it's cool that people can now come in and actually chime in on what we have to say. What about you, Michael? Dan, do you have anything to add regarding Trailer Talk Live?
It sounds fun. I unfortunately missed it as well. I need to go back and watch the VOD still, but hopefully I'll be able to catch the next one done live.
Yep.
When they do that.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure when that will be. It could potentially be this week, which will have already gone, I guess, by the time this episode comes out. But I think it is something that we had really good feedback for. And we really appreciate, obviously, having good feedback from the replayers, because you guys are the ones that keep the show going, right? So, yeah, I think it's definitely something that Drew was very interested in doing more of, the live shows. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I agree with Louis. That's definitely what it should have been, because then it actually feels more like trailer talk instead of trailer listen. You know, like
right. I see.
Nail on the head.
No, honestly, it's all good feedback. So we'd love to hear it, and it was really well received. And like I say, hopefully we will be able to do more.
Well, two of the most well-known replayers now are saying, "Let's do this." So we're doing this forever. Thank you, Drew.
Louis, you're ready, right? You ready?
Uh-oh.
Louis got his shirt. He's fucking ready. Let's go.
We're doing this.
This week's retro replay episode, we had the wonderful Jovenshire on again. He had already been on one of the Get Good episodes, and they played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, which is actually Jovenshire's suggestion.
I immediately assumed that was his suggestion as soon as I saw that's what they were playing.
Really?
I was like,
I didn't even know who that dude was until. Well, I actually didn't watch the episode until yesterday, so I didn't know who he was until yesterday.
You're well prepared. No, it's all good. Yeah, what did you guys think? I mean, obviously, Tournament Fighters, I feel like, it seems divisive in the community. Honestly, from what research that I was doing, people were like, eh. And then a lot of people were like, yeah, but, you know, there's other.
What about like Nidhogg? Didn't Nidhogg get a good reception?
Oh, Nidhogg got a great reception.
It's the same thing, isn't it? It's a versus game.
No, hold up. It's not the same thing. And I feel like
the episode was
on this as well.
Nolan versus.
Yeah, that's cool and all. Like the basic concept is correct, but it's the same as like Mortal Kombat. It's the same as Tekken. It's the same as Street Fighter. It's a versus game, right? It's a versus fighter in a 2D space. Yeah. What did you guys think? I mean, I thought.
I loved that episode, honestly. I think I laughed harder at that episode than I have in a long time.
That was what I was going to say.
It had me cackling pretty much the whole time.
Timmons, I'm sure you immediately connected with when Nolan just started doing the down punch and like...
Dude, I hate those cheesy spammers. I swear.
So literally...
that's the only reason anyone ever uses Eddie in Tekken is because he just low sweeps. And you cannot do anything about it.
Yeah. I'm guilty.
A little insight, like Timmons and I had just recently tried playing the Virtua Fighter 5 that got uploaded to PlayStation Plus, and he tried like saying I kept low punching him. I was like, I'm not trying to low punch you, it just happened.
I'm like, but Nolan got to a point where he was doing that shit on
purpose. All he was doing.
It's like, I do not want to play this game with you.
And the way Jovenshire was reacting to that, I felt like when I play Mortal Kombat with people who play Sub-Zero and all they do is spam the fucking ice ball. Like,
hey, now when I use Sub-Zero, I use very well placed ice balls.
That's different if you're being tactical about it and not just spamming it.
Timmons knows how to use balls, okay? We've been through this before.
The balls.
We started
cold balls.
Is blue ice cold
balls.
So how's have you been polishing that gear shift there, Louis?
Oh, okay. So small little anecdote.
You're getting inside joke heavy here.
Every time that we do the replayer Zooms, whenever I'm getting home from work, I put it on my phone.
He does the Liam where he's like got the phone down on the floor.
He's got his phone in his cup holder.
I see.
Yeah. So but it's right in front of the stick shift.
Okay.
And so everyone's always talking about my nub. and it goes on for a while. So yeah, that's a little insider there. But as far as the episode was going, the game was fine. I loved the game.
I want to ask: has anyone played Tournament Fighters?
Yes, I have.
I haven't played that one.
Not that one. But like as far as the game goes, it was fine. It doesn't really matter. What really mattered about it was that when you put somebody who can match Nolan like that, which Jovenshire did, is so unbelievably perfectly well done. Like when DiMaggio was on there, like he just Nolan is very good about being able to adapt with everybody, and every person that gets on the show, he has some kind of matching with. But I didn't know Jovenshire that well. I knew about voice acting because Amelia is always talking about Apex and all of that, and I knew who he was, but I didn't know him. And to see somebody who's that excitable right next to somebody who's always that excitable, and that opening was so perfect where he tells him like, "Come on, be professional," and he's like, "Oh, maybe don't do that anymore." Like
he was
you just see those punches, and it was so perfectly well choreographed without any choreography. It was very, very well done. And it was one of the funniest episodes because Nolan kind of knew like, okay, I can make these jokes. And so he was more comfortable. Jovenshire made it that comfortable. And it doesn't matter what game you put in front of them. It just happened to be a fun game for them with the discourse that we have all, Leonardo's the best. But either way,
fighting words.
I will fight about this, but
it's an odd way to say Raphael. Huh.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Okay, well here's the thing: Leonardo is the leader, Raphael is the best fighter, Michelangelo is there, and Donatello
does
so
machines.
Here's the thing.
Which is what is in the show. It's like does machines. I feel like we need clarification on that because like
actually no, I could talk about how each one of them is amazing, but I don't want to because it's funnier the way I said it. But either way, it was such a good episode, and I really appreciated that, and I can't wait to see more of that kind of interaction. And I think that the groove is starting to really, really hit. And not that it hasn't, with every new person that's come onto the show, I'm seeing different versions of both Nolan. I'm seeing the different versions of how Retro Replay works. And I'm getting more excited every week. Just like, okay, what's going to happen now? And I didn't know who this guy was. And I was like, should I care? I care. I care so much. It was so good. I loved it.
Let's also
go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
All of Drew's incessant cackling.
Yeah.
Like, I never heard him laugh that hard.
It's infectious. Like honestly, that was half of what had me going the whole episode. It was just listening to Drew laugh his ass off about Nolan and Joshua being stupid.
Yeah. What broke me for sure in that episode, and what always gets me, and I always feel like an idiot for it, is stupid fart jokes. They always get me. It's just like when Nolan just started going on the rampage of the butt attack with Asuka and just doing the
yeah.
Like I was just like like I couldn't breathe at that point. And I'm like, stop, Nolan, stop! I can't breathe.
Farts are funny, and I dare anyone say they're not.
No, yeah, I defy you for that. But for the one that killed me was the Roadhouse. Every time Roadhouse don't do this.
Are you kidding me? It's not pizza and karate.
Ryder
putting peanut butter.
Raphael.
Look at it or do a backflip like.
Well, it's just that because the Roadhouse thing was so understated.
So good.
That he just put it
so
right in the middle.
Subtle.
Yeah, when he's kicking his ass and he's just like, no, Roadhouse. And I was like, dude, oh my god, I can't
don't
believe
you Roadhouse me.
That first,
I swear,
I'm gonna retire.
We all
Sam
have so
Elliott.
much to share on this. It's
I know.
great.
This episode is so good.
It was so good.
Roadhouse.
And that's what I miss the most. I've always said this is that my favorite thing about having Nolan there in the first place is the voice acting. That's why I admire the man so much. And I'm like, I need more voice acting like that. Please throw in weird random shit. I need that. That's my niche.
Yeah.
So you tell him, Pagan. Louis says more voice acting.
You can tell him yourself. Drew's listening.
I mean, he
I
does
guarantee you.
He won't hear me out. No, he won't.
I like, how did he make that association of Shredder and Sam Elliott to be the Roadhouse thing.
I don't know. I don't even know how he made that association in the first place.
It's just
I don't think you need
to
know. Yeah,
nobody needs to know. That's the magic of it.
that was like when they asked on Inside the Actor Studio, Robin Williams was like, "What goes through your mind?" And then he goes on like that 15-minute rampage, just kind of like that. It's like, yeah, I think that's Nolan too.
I think some of my favorite quotes from this episode were obviously pizza and karate. Like, come on down to the sewer, we got pizza and karate. I thought that was so good.
That would get me if someone in the sewer ever said that to me. I'd be,
sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Be a turtle.
Especially if you're a teenager.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm 30 and it would still get me.
Do you guys remember the tangent where he was talking about the peanut butter and he said, you have to put peanut butter in the mouse traps?
Mm.
And then he's like, that's how I got my dick stuck in a mousetrap. And he's like, that's how I got my dick stuck in my uncle.
My uncle, yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
And then he was like,
and then
we got to go to the carnival every year after that.
The best was Jovenshire.
Real high with the carnival, like
the best was Jovenshire started laughing and he was like, "Ha, no!"
I think
Like, it took a minute.
Sometimes, like, it must be touch and go for the guests to be like, surely this is gonna get cut, and then they know that it obviously doesn't, like, because it's just hilarious content.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell, that was the funniest moment.
I can only imagine as soon as the cameras turn off, the guests are looking over at Nolan like, we're gonna have to redo all of that. None of that is going through.
Used.
So this was just for us, right? Like no one else is seeing this.
This was the trial, right? We're gonna do the real episode in like an hour. It's like, good luck, bye.
This is the B-roll you guys are putting on OnlyFans, right?
Oh my god, it should be. Yeah, it was a good match, and I think you're so right, Louis, because I think Nolan really does work so well. Like, Nolan shines best when he has something to reflect off of. Let me extend that metaphor. Do you know what I mean? So somebody is bouncing with Nolan and it just works so well. So the same way that John DiMaggio does it, the same way Alison Haislip does it as well. And they just bring the energy. Michelle Morrow too. I just think like he just works so well when he has someone good to bounce off of. And Jovenshire, I think, is a great addition and really did make a great episode this week.
Could you imagine if Jovenshire was playing Leisure Suit Larry with Nolan?
Oh man,
That's how dirty that would have been.
that would have been the show's canceled. We're done. Everybody's canceled. All the people watching it are canceled. Yeah. Everything. It's over.
We've been demonetized on YouTube. Everyone subscribe to Blaze TV.
Yep. Right. It's over now. It's all over. Sorry, we ruined the internet. It's done. The internet's shut down.
Just straight ruin the internet.
I feel like we would just move all of that content to like Patreon or something. Just be like, just sign up there. You'll get everything you need, except we won't have the lawsuits to deal with.
I can just see Drew and PJ coming out on the camera and just going, so there's supposed to be an episode this week, but we can't show it to you, legally speaking. So
let's see, Drew would still be laughing the whole time, and PJ would be like, fuck.
Yeah, but he gets that red forehead. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
I feel like the voice of reason at the end of the day is probably Stephanie at the editing room, because honestly, PJ and Drew would be like, "That's fucking hilarious. Leave that in," and then Stephanie probably be like, "Yeah, guys, we can't put that on YouTube." Like, it's like probably not TOS. Like, we're gonna get shit. Like, no. Like, potentially she'd be like, "Yeah, we had to cut that out." But great episode, and thanks a lot to Jovenshire for coming on, because that was dope.
I look forward to hopefully finding out if Jovenshire wore that Killer Clowns in Outer Space shirt on purpose or not. I think he did.
I think he did. I'm very positive that he did.
Even though he claims not to have known, Nolan is terrified of clowns. I guarantee you
it's probably unintentional. Like, I totally think that Jovenshire was just like, hey, this is a cool, nerdy shirt. I'm going to go wear it. No offense. I don't mean that in a bad way, but nerdy is cool. But the Killer Clowns thing. And then I just think it just worked so well because Nolan was just like, did nobody tell you?
He even made mention of it too. He goes, what's with the shirt? Did you have to wear that shirt?
You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right, Pagan, because now that I think about it, the way that Timmons is reminding me, like, yeah, he was like, so what's with the shirt? And he's like, yeah, it's cool, right? Like, right? It didn't look like he was going, no, he was like, oh yeah. So
yeah, not like Cooper.
I don't think he meant it.
Not like Cooper got him on the Father's Day episode of Father knows best with the Jar Jar shirt.
With the Jar Jar shirt, yeah. Which is like clearly intentional, I think. Yeah, I think Jovenshire is just probably a really big fan of Killer Clowns.
Nolan's. I'm sorry. Going back to Father Knows Best, Nolan's face when he pulled out a Jar Jar shirt. He's like, "Oh, you got me a present."
Yeah.
We got some good moments. Like we got some moments. Maybe we should do like a roundup of the replayers' best moments on
Father Knows Best.
Yeah, no, on
or
like, the last season. Level 3. What's your best moments? That'd be cool. You never know.
I would have to think about it and go back and watch all 2,000 hours, but I can.
That's fine.
Give us your best of 2003.
Fair change. Like, what are you talking about? That's great.
Jeez.
How do you spend your Tuesdays?
Yeah, you don't do that already?
I can't. Busy.
Not so
remember?
much recently.
Disappointment.
I'm still trying to write articles, and I haven't. I wrote one. I feel so bad. I do want to point this one out. I wrote it like last month, and then I just kind of left it there because I got really ridiculous. Like, there's been crisis after crisis at work, and then Stephanie was like, "Hey, so did you do the article yet?" An email, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's been done for like a month. I'm so sorry." And she sent me a bunch of notes, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna have to do that. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, or maybe hopefully next week, it'll be out. But like, I am trying to hit the nail on the head with this one, and it's going to be a fight because it's directors that are great that I don't like. So, boxing gloves on. Let's do this.
Do it.
So yeah, we'll see how that one works.
Well, actually, speaking of the website and the articles that you're about to release, anybody who's interested in reading those articles can head on over to retroreplayshow.com, where there is some monthly articles. Do they all go up every month, or do they go up
pretty weekly, like a few articles a week?
Okay.
Yeah.
There's some great articles up there, and obviously we had guests on the show previously that are also contributors to the website. And if you are interested in contributing to the website as an article writer, you can, of course, contact members at retroreplayshow.com, and we'll put you in touch with the people that you need to talk to, which is Brandy and Steph.
Yeah, and the more people who visit the website and spend time there, the better, because they're definitely looking to expand and grow the website and get more involvement and make it a more community space for replayers. So if you visit the website, you're helping grow that community space.
Yeah, so non-disclosed stuff. We'll be giving out free PS5s and video games, all included. Free VR headsets.
I mean, Josh was giving away
come
a Stadia.
on down. That's true. Yeah, he was giving away Stadia. Or he is. He still is.
That is true. He still is.
No. I think only one person has won so far with the Stadias, but of course I'm just joking around. But yeah, if you're
maybe
not
one day
and you spend just leave it on your computer screen. You might win, I don't know, $10 million, right, Pagan? That's what they said.
Absolutely, yeah. You may or may not win anything.
Only a fraction of Drew's salary.
Yeah, Drew is actually giving away his autographed Emmy.
Is he?
Well, PJ just won an award. I mean, maybe he could throw that in the mix too. Why not? Let's.
Do you want somebody else's Emmy?
Yes.
Nolan will come to your house for a weekend and party with you.
No, they actually did win Webby Awards. Bear with me 2 seconds. I will actually get.
Yeah, it was his birthday a couple days ago. As of this recording, by the way, happy birthday, PJ! And he won an award. He put it on his Instagram, and that was really nice.
Yeah,
I never seen him smile so big, and I've seen him smile a lot, but that was really cool.
And really Drew won an Emmy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they won an Emmy. Mm-hmm.
He posted a screen.
The screen grab, like on his phone, changing his Twitter.
Changing his Twitter description from Emmy nominated producer to Emmy winning producer.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, which is so
awesome.
cool, right? To be able to do that is like the coolest thing. Also, Retro Replay, I believe, has actually won 2 Webby Awards, 2 Silver Telly Awards. Apologies.
Wow.
One for online comedy long form or series, and the other is for online web series non-scripted. So there you go.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
Reality
congratulations, Retro Replay. Because we're fucking awesome, and they deserve to win awards. And congratulations, Drew, on your Emmy. Can I see it?
Show it to me.
Just send me a picture.
I really want to see it though. And if I come to LA, can I touch it?
Can you touch it? Phrasing. Anywho.
Anyway, on that lovely double entendre note, we are going to close out the show. So this is the chance where you guys get to, I guess, promote your socials. So Louis, where can people find you?
All over the place. Somerset Pictures, that is the people I work with for film. Skeleton Crew Diaries on YouTube, where you can find a lot of me being me, which you just saw. Of course, Deadpan with we're pretty much all Deadpanners right here. Michael Timmons and Daniel. That's going to be coming up pretty soon. Of course, on the website retroreplayshow.com, you can read my articles there. And if you want to get in touch with me on socials, go on ahead and look at the description. You'll be able to find those. And don't forget that I still do, with my team at Somerset, we still do script readings for anybody who's interested in that. And also we are looking for actors that can lend their voices over Zoom calls. You don't have to come all the way to Texas to do that. So if anybody's interested in that, please let me know. And we do script doctoring if that's something that you're into. So yeah, thank you.
Why am I just not hearing about this, Louis?
Yeah,
I've told you about this forever, man. We've had this. Okay, we were drunk.
Yes, we were drunk.
That's what happened.
There
that was
alcohol.
great. It's like, oh, right, that's right. We were drunk.
I remember. Yeah, now I remember.
That's great.
So anyway, thank you very much. And I always love being on the show. Anytime you guys want, let me know.
Dude, we love having you here. Love having you here. Michael, where can people find you?
I am on Twitter and Instagram at mptimmons101. While a member of the Deadpan crew, I haven't done much.
I mean, Louis hasn't appeared on anything yet.
Yeah.
Well, besides like that one Left 4 Dead video.
Yeah.
It was the Rainbow Six. I lent my voice to that, but the Left 4 Dead.
Oh, cool.
Timmons assisted with a Rainbow Six video.
And his voice talents, and it was very well done. I didn't know that you could do British. So.
Oh, of course. One of my favorites to do, actually.
There we are.
That's what
actually really good.
I told him to do that voice for our video, yes.
Well impressed, honestly. Yeah.
I stream on Twitch at mptimmons101, but not very often.
Okay.
But I do. So...
We'll link it all in the description.
Oh, as well, I have a Twitch too. I forget. I should probably do something.
And you should probably also.
I'm actually really looking at. I have new mics and everything so that I can actually start as soon as Dan brought it to me with Deadpan. I was like, okay, let's do this. So I will be eventually, but again, up until August, my life is going to be a living hell because of all the work that I'm doing. But I am not stopping. I never plan to stop. And these people know that. And I'm so privileged and humbled to be asked to work alongside people like all of you creators are so amazing. Everyone here, I would love and respect you so much. Thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Thank you.
Aww.
That's why we dragged you kicking and screaming.
Oh, yeah. No. Another one? God, the podcast. Cutting into my VR time. Let's wrap this up.
We're privileged to have you take a break from VR to actually be here today.
Only for you.
Thanks.
Only for you.
I was going hardcore on one of my favorite games, and then I got the link for a Zoom chat to be on the Replayer podcast for the 4th time.
Ooh.
This is my 4th appearance.
All right.
Bragging rights.
Whoa.
Getting there.
Whoa.
Sorry. I know it's eventually going to get to a point where people are probably going to think I'm paying you guys to let me on here so often.
I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Oh wait, you didn't?
Yeah. Wait, you don't pay us? Shut up. Louis is giving us $20.
Either that or y'all are paying me. I don't know.
Like, shh.
We pay you in compliments. Thanks for being here. You're really great.
Thank you. And I'll pay you back in compliments. Thanks for having me. It's always fun.
Thank you. Dan, where can people find you?
I mean, if you haven't heard enough yet, there's Deadpan. You might have never heard of this before.
Has this been mentioned today?
What's a Deadpan?
Yeah, Deadpan is the YouTube channel that I started and have expanded and grown, and we've added people that we're working on creating some new fun content you can look forward to, experience some of these lovely folks featuring in some newer content that we're creating. It's a lot of work in progress right now, but otherwise you can find me on Twitter at StarkEVash. That's STARK Hawaii VASH. And then you can find me on every other social media outlet as Dark Evil Vash, as well as Twitch, where I stream sometimes here and there. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Oh. Thank you.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And hit
if you
the
like
bell
what you see,
icon.
click the bell.
Yeah. Just do all of that. Just click all the buttons except for the unsubscribe one. Just avoid that. Just everything else. Click. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. You can find me as normal at Pagan Plays on Twitter, at Pagan_plays on Instagram and Twitch, and at Pagan Plays with a space between on YouTube. And of course, you can join us all for trailer talk. That I am now privileged to be a part of. So, if you guys have any questions about membership, you can feel free to email members@retroreplayshow.com. If you have any questions about the perks or unfulfillment or anything like that you're concerned about, please email there and we can get that all sorted for you. And if you have any questions for this show, or if you would like to join us on the show, please email thereplayerpodcast@gmail.com and we would be more than happy to have you on. That's everything. Thanks you guys again for joining us, and we will see you guys next week.
Thank you, visual listeners.
Thanks
we
for
made an internet.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Game over, folks. Bye.
Game over.
We did internets.
We did the thingy, my pop.
I forget the song.
You forget.
Dance. I don't know how to dance.
Do. That's how it always.